Suffering from heartbreak? Stay tuned. Overcoming heartbreak, NLP mind hack. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. We've all experienced it, and you're going to experience it again. Heartbreak. And sometimes we have heartbreak that doesn't just come from a lover who leaves us or who betrays us. Sometimes the heartbreak comes from life itself. Sometimes life breaks your heart. For this video, I'm really going to focus on heartbreak coming from an actual breakup that you have with someone. However, you can use this for pretty much any type of heartbreak. A lot of times when we have a feeling, especially a very strong feeling, we have the tendency to think that the feeling is right and the situation is wrong. So if my feeling is that I'm in love with this person and they're leaving me, well, the feeling is right, them leaving me is wrong. They should not be leaving me. And we get caught in this duality of right and wrong thinking. Though important, feelings don't actually give us a whole lot of accurate information about what's going on around us. And at the same time, if we ignore feelings, if we push them away, we're going to create a lot of trouble for ourselves later. So what is one to do? First of all, accept the situation, whatever it is, even if it doesn't feel good. The fact is that the feeling is the feeling, whatever it is. You add suffering to that feeling when you don't accept things as they are. Accepting things as they are alleviates that suffering. So though it might not feel good that this person is leaving you, it's not going to feel any better to not accept it. So just accept that that's what's happening, and then see what happens to that feeling. The main problem in being in love and then losing that, it's kind of like a hangover. It's going to feel bad now. It might even feel like it's going to last forever, but it's not. You're going to get over it. And what you need to understand is that just like a hangover, what you're experiencing is sort of like a physiological response. You got drunk on love, and now you're feeling the after effects. The after effects don't feel good because your body's in sort of this withdrawal state. So what's really important is to understand in your own sensory experience how you're creating this situation. Imagine this person. When you think of this person, your lover who broke your heart, when you think of this person, what do you see? What do you hear? Now we know what you feel. That's that evaluative feeling. And if you're really, really kinesthetic, then maybe you do feel some sort of tactile, proprioceptive sort of feeling. But we don't want to get into the feeling, the evaluative feeling, which is the hurt, the suffering, the feeling of being in love and it being unrequited. Where in your sensory experience do you see this person? Where in your personal space do you see this person? Do you see this person when you think of them as if they're standing in front of you, sitting in front of you? Where are they in relation to you? To the left, to the right, right in front of you? If you're very auditory, do you hear the person's voice? You don't have to be very auditory to hear their voice. You might be really getting a visual sense of them, but then also hearing their voice. But auditory people might tend to lean on the person's voice more. Where are you hearing that? What direction is it coming from? And if you're very visual, you're probably seeing the person, and you might be getting some auditory, which means their voice is coming from here. But for very auditory people, you might have a sense of it coming from either side of you or even behind you. So for you very visual people, start to notice things like, do you feel like they're right here in front of you, or do you feel like you're seeing a picture of them? Are you seeing a movie of yourself with them? Get clear about what it is that you're seeing. And then same thing for the auditory. If get a sense of where the voice is coming from, how loud it is, how resonant it is. If you're not familiar with NLP, this can be a little unusual. You might be wondering, what is he talking about? Just go along with this. Your thoughts and your feelings actually are represented by sensory type experiences. What you see, what you hear, what you feel, sometimes what you smell, and sometimes what you taste. And it is happening in your personal space. So just look for that. It's there, or listen for it. It's there. Chances are, when you're really in love, if you're very visual, the person is probably really close to you, and there probably is some movement to it that makes it very realistic. And the person is probably, what you're seeing is a bright and colorful or enriched colors. The image is probably bright and has very rich colors. If you're very auditory, You're probably hearing the person's voice very close to you. It may be a little bit low, but it's very easy to hear, and it's probably very resonant. So what you want to do at this point is, if you're very visual, push the person back just a little bit so you can see them better. Then put a frame around the person as if they're in a picture frame. Then make the picture, if it had any movement, make it still. So now you're seeing a still picture with a frame around it of your ex-lover. Then push it back another 10 feet and then fade the colors, maybe even make it black and white. How do you feel about this person now? And if you're very auditory, push the voice away, make it lower to like a whisper, so you can hardly hear it. Now how do you feel? It should have a significant difference in the way that it feels. Now there also might be a part of you that's resisting this. As you try to make these changes, everything snaps back in place, and this part doesn't want this to happen. This is what we call ecology. This is the resistance. This is a part of you that's saying, I don't want this. This completely changes the system, and I'm not ready for this change. So this is a good time to really ask yourself, do you want this change? Do you want to get over this heartbreak? If you do, get in touch with that part of you and ask it, what is its positive intent for you? Now, what you're most likely to come up with is that you don't want to lose this person, you don't want to lose this love, and that is all what you don't want, or this part of you. That part of you, you're very clear now about what that part of you does not want for you. What does it want instead? If it doesn't want you to lose this person, what does it want for you instead? And more than likely, it's something along the lines of wanting love for you, wanting you to be in love, wanting you to be loved. What you need to do is negotiate with this part of you and assure it that by moving this person out of your way so that they're not so intrusive in your personal experience, you can now go and meet someone else, or you can now go and find that love that you've been looking for or that you've been wanting, and finding that person who will love you back. So assure that part of you that this is the way we move forward. This is how we're going to find what we're looking for. And assure that part of you too, that if this person returns, that all these changes that we're making are completely reversible. You can bring the person back. And it's not like you're getting rid of anything. You're just pushing them away. You're making the colors dimmer, you're pushing them away so they're not so in your face now. So just assure that part of you that that's all we're doing here. More than likely, that part of you will go along with this and reintegrate into you. So now you're not parts anymore, you're whole. Now is the time to future pace. Imagine what it will be like tomorrow, just tomorrow. What's tomorrow going to be like now that you've made these changes and this person's not so in your face and in your life and you know, in your ear, that this person is pushed away and they're at a distance now, so you're not feeling these things so much. Imagine what your day is going to be like when you walk through your day that way. Go out to a month. What is your life going to be like in a month when this person and your sensory experience has been moved to the background? You don't hear them so prominently, you don't see them so much, and you're not feeling those feelings so much. If you wanted it back, you could get it back anytime, but they're at a distance now. How do you walk? How do you behave? How do you talk? How do you interact with people? That's what you want. You want to see that moving. Now go out 6 months from now. 6 months from now, you've completely gotten over this, and this person is just another memory, another person in the background, just like somebody you dated years ago, and there's no more hard feelings. How do you act? How do you behave? How do you talk? Are you dating? Who are you dating? So think about yourself in 6 months from now, and just like see a movie of yourself from 6 months from now doing all that. That's an overly simplified version of getting over heartbreak. There can be some troubleshooting that needs to be done with that. There are other pieces you can add to that, but that's a short version of how to get over a heartbreak really quickly. Give it a try. Check out my website, nlp-gym.com. Follow me on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming workshops and free practice sessions I hold right here in Santa Cruz, California. If you like this video, please click like right down here and leave me a question or a comment. I will follow up with you. Stay tuned to the end of this video so you can see how you can get your hands on a free NLP online training. Take care.